I'll have to ask you to be briefer than I would like because we have so little time left. But I would like you, before we end, to say something about what you're doing original work on now.
Well, at present I've been writing short things in an effort to elucidate some of the points already in my other writings, or to extend and improve them. But there are several problems on which I would like to see someone make breakthroughs. One of them is connected with language, namely the development of some conceptual scheme to take the place of the untenable, old-fashioned theory of meaning. Something new and something more acceptable in the way of theory of what goes into good translation, for instance. This is a job perhaps for linguists, but it's something of philosophical interest, and it's a job also where someone with a philosophical curiosity is apt to be helpful to the linguist. A second one is related rather to psychology. I should like to see a system of concepts developed which would do the work of the old mentalistic idioms of propositional attitude. X believes that P, X regrets that P, X hopes that P, this sort of thing. These idioms are subject to some subtle logical difficulties and complications, and they're very wanting, in large part of their applications, wanting in adequate behavioral criteria. I should like to see, not for general discourse, but for scientific purposes, some apparatus which would which would serve the same purposes as these and be free of those faults. The third is related rather to mathematics. Somewhat begrudgingly, I accept the apparatus of abstract objects, sets and the rest, as an auxiliary to science because it seems to be needed. But I should like to see a minimum basis, an economical basis, and a very clearly intelligible basis for set theory, which was adequate, just barely adequate, to so much mathematics as is needed in natural science. And it might be that if this were developed, it would, among other things, give us a more intuitive understanding of the so-called paradoxes, the antinomies of set theory and their solutions, such things as Russell's paradox, which are familiar to some of our viewers, I'm sure, and not to all, so that might be a good place to stop.
Well, we will have to stop. Thank you very much, Professor Quine.